All three of these Klipsch models surprise me in the best ways. They're fun to listen to, they're incredibly diverse, and they're gonna fit right at home in any space. My name is Nathan Miller. I am the Klipsch brand manager at ListenUp. I have been selling Klipsch speakers and the Klipsch brand for about 11 years now. I am here with a new Klipsch, the Fives II, the Sevens II, and the Nines II. The Fives II are going to be for small to medium-sized rooms. They are not going to have a problem filling the sound in even a medium-sized room. I would say if you're trying to use them for, desk monitors, they are a bit big for that. They still sound great and they could work on a desk, but I really do recommend them for TV or music listening a little bit further back. The next step up is the 7.2s. The 7.2s start bringing Dirac live to the table. They can do wireless sound in terms of two separate speakers that aren't connected by the cable. They're going to be perfect for movies. They're going to be perfect for music. They are going to sound just as comfortable in a medium-sized room as they will in a large room. Jumping into the nines are meant for big spaces. These are big speakers. They have 8-inch woofers. We have a fairly large, medium to large size, listening space here. And the 9.2s, when we turned them on, they were big. The 5.2s have 5.25-inch woofers, the 7.2s have 6.5-inch woofers, and the 9.2s have 8-inch woofers. These things are huge. The main difference between all of these speakers is one, their size and their sound. They sound similar across each one of the speakers in terms of the Klipsch sound, but each speaker has unique properties and unique values that they're bringing to the table. The 7s II and the 9s II both have direct live room correction, and they have that coaxial input. The connectivity that's been built into these is the next generation. Each one of these speakers has a dynamic and wide range of options of being able to connect to them. They all have phono inputs, so you're going to be able to use your turntables. They all have USB-C, so you can hook in your DACs or your phones to be able to listen to that HiFi sound or that high-res sound. They all have Wi-Fi connectivity. They all have Ethernet input. They are really designed to be future-proof. The 7s and the 9s both have the ability to do wireless or sound over Wi-Fi, so they can connect to each other, the left speaker and the right speaker, without having to run a cord between the two of them. The 7.2s are the best kind of all-arounder in the space. If you have a small space and you're thinking of upgrading to a bigger space over time, the 7.2s are going to be what you want. And then if you have a smaller space and you're not really worried about doing any kind of room correction, and you don't need that Dirac live room correction, the 5.2s are going to be perfect. Are these worth upgrading from the previous models? The previous models were amazing and great, and the technology behind them were perfect for what they were a few years ago. These are the next gen speakers. Klipsch has worked with Onkyo to put the Onkyo internals and the connectivity and the options into each one of these speakers, and these are premium speakers. If you want to use any of these speakers with a subwoofer, the 5s II, the 7s, and the 9.2s all have subwoofer outputs. The 5.2s though are really fun sounding. My office shares a wall with my boss. I turned on the dynamic bass at low levels, and I was listening to tracks that were pretty bassy, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And then, turned them off, went into my boss's office and, said, hey, did you hear me? And he said he couldn't hear me. So that was a lot of fun of still being able to get that bass, even though I was using them in a small room. A lot of fans for Klipsch out there really want that live sound out of their speakers. And when you're getting into the heritage lineup, you're getting that, this is a rock sound. This is what we're going for. The 5s, the 7s, and the 9.2s, they have that live sound and they have that Klipsch sound, and it's great. It's wonderful to hear. No matter your space or your listening environment, whether you need to listen to it at quiet levels or your speakers at loud levels, these speakers have options built into them through the Klipsch Connect Plus app that are going to work with you. When you are watching movies or TV, and you have trouble listening to the dialogue and you're turning it up or down, in the Klipsch Connect Plus app, there is a feature that you can turn on dialogue mode, and it brings the dialogue a little bit more forward. So all of a sudden you get this clarity out of these speakers at any listening level that's really fun. The Klipsch Connect Plus app has a night mode that's built into these speakers, and when you turn that on, it brings the highs down, brings the lows up, and makes it a little bit more even, but it allows it to still be listenable and loud and fun without waking up the neighbors. One of my favorite tracks to listen to when I'm testing out new speakers is Seven Devils by Florence the Machine. When you're listening to that track, Florence, she's singing, and she's dead center, you know, when the music starts. And when the chorus comes in, there's 3 different reverb versions of her that pop in, and there's one that's placed, you know, in the center and kind of like behind her. Then you've got reverb on the right and reverb on the left. So it's 4 different versions of Florence kind of singing. And on like studio monitors that are flat, you can pick out each one of like those versions of her. Now on the Klipsch speakers, on the Klipsch the 9s and Klipsch the 5s, when the chorus came in on these speakers, instead of it sounding like individual versions of her, it was as if there was a choir behind Florence, and the room filled up with sound. It was again, that was that Klipsch, that live version of the sound really like came out of the recording, and it sounded absolutely wonderful. The finish on all of them is fantastic. I love the walnut finish, that's my favorite personally, but the black finish is great, and the red oak with the white front is wonderful. And on top of all of this, they're real wood veneer, so there is a heaviness to them. No matter which speaker you pick, out of the 5s, the 7s, and the 9.2s, you're not going to be disappointed. If you really want that massive sound though, the 9.2s are insane in terms of how big they sound. Find Klipsch the 5s, the 7s, and the 9.2s at listenup.com. Contact us if you want to talk to one of our experts to kind of figure out which Klipsch are best for your space. It's going to be really fun to listen to these for years to come. I highly recommend them.